Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, Hawkmoon is back on the menu. The new Harbinger activity went live this week to accompany the Hawkmoon exotic quest, like a proverbial peanut butter and jelly. And you can now finish this new activity to earn your catalyst to add some extra spice to Hawkmoon. The new activity also lets you earn random rolls, so you can start hunting for the perfect one to fit your playstyle. Now, completing the Hawkmoon catalyst from the Harbinger activity will not only bring your winged weapon to its full potential, but also unlock Bungie's rewards long sleeve shirt for purchase. Oh yeah, that's exactly what we want, fellas. This Hawkmoon inspired shirt is the latest seasonal offering available on your Bungie reward page. All right, let me take a look. What's this shirt look like? Okay, yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that, sexy. Can you imagine, fellas, enrolling a wet t-shirt contest today with it? Now, moving on, sticking around. As we've mentioned in the past, we are moving to make seasonal content stick around longer to reduce the amount of FOMO, otherwise known as fear of missing out in Destiny 2. Our goal is to help players experience narrative beats and activities even if they start playing later after the season has ended. Here's a look at what's sticking around from Season of the Hunt until the end of Year 4. Story missions will be able to be launched from a node in the Director. Wrathborn hunts. Adored quests will continue to be available. Crow's vendor screen on the Tangled Shore. Hawkmoon exotic quests and master activity. Seasonal seal and Warden title, which has a note here that states that the seasonal seal must still be earned by the deadline on the Bungie rewards page. Due to an issue blocking the triumph, we will just be adjusting the deadline, okay? Now here are the things that will not be available at the end of the season. Crow bounties, message from the field, seasonal artifact, season pass. Well, that's kind of a given, but okay then. Essentially everything is going to be available, or at least the stuff that really matters. Now, shifting to keep more of this content around after the season has created some weirdness for Season of the Hunt, which was initially designed assuming the old model. This is why Crow was still hanging around in the spider's lair right after being unceremoniously kicked out earlier in the season. Ah, okay, so that's why. You may see other anomalies involving Crow in Season 13, as he'll be moving to a new destination while also remaining on the Tangled Shore to enable Season of the Hunt content tied to his inventory. Season 13 should avoid these rough edges, as its content has been designed from the outset to remain throughout Year 4. So we knew that Bungie was eventually gonna migrate from this super strict seasonal content to content rollout, and it really started heavily probably last year with Fellwinters. I would say that's like the one weapon people have been very upset on missing out on. So this is like Bungie's way of trying to avoid those large levels of FOMO. However, the question is you know, like what's the pricing difference going to be here? Can you just eventually just go back and maybe buy all the seasons in one lump cheaper sum at the end of the year? Who knows? But moving on, Umbral Engrams are back. They're pretty insane. Dude, Umbrals were fantastic. Back in 2020, seasonal arrivals introduced a new feature called Umbral Engrams, which allowed Guardians to focus rewards to the type of weapons and armor rolls they most desire. The system was well received by the community, so we decided to do a little tuning and bring them back for Season 13, as well as the future seasons in Year 4. While the new seasonal activity will always provide the fastest path to earning new rewards, we want to ensure that regardless of how you spend your time in Destiny, Umbral Engrams allow you to chase those new rewards. Similar to Season of Arrivals, Umbral Engrams will drop from completing a variety of content. We have pared back the number of activities they will drop from so you can focus on the following activities if you are looking to farm some Umbral Engrams: patrols, strikes, Crucible Gambit, the ordeals, public events, blind well, nightmare hunts, exo challenges, empire hunts, and of course the new seasonal activity. Note, Umbral Engrams also have a chance to drop from defeating enemies anywhere in the game. So even if you're not grinding this list of activities and playlists, you'll still be earning some Umbral Engrams. You may notice fewer Umbral Engrams sitting in your inventory than before. While it was fun to watch Umbral Engrams rain down on players in Season 11, the drop rates were higher than expected, and so we are rebalancing the drop rates. There will be a short quest to show players how to use the new Prismatic Recaster to focus Umbral Engrams. This quest is account-wide, so you only have to do it once, which takes us to the Prismatic Recaster. This is returning as a kiosk with the capability to change Umbral Engrams into focus Umbral Engrams, which contains a smaller loot table. Because Umbral Engrams are here to stay, the new Recaster will have different pages for each season, and you'll be able to focus Engrams to the season of your choice. Holy hell, this is really, really nice. Now, once you have used a prismatic recaster to focus your Engram, you will still need to take it to the Umbral decoder to claim your new reward. Note, Season the Hunt's Wrathborn rewards will not be featured on the prismatic recaster in Season 13 because players can still use the Wrathborn lure to chase specific weapons and roles. Okay, that makes sense. Hunts are still going to be around, but this is like offering as a safety net in a way. If Bungie wanted to cycle out seasonal activities or even cycle out seasonal content, this prismatic recaster can serve as like a placeholder to rotate loot into. But more ways to target loot? Absolutely. This is what we need, especially considering that Bungie doesn't appear to be rolling back sunsetting. Now, the prismatic lens. We have a new way to unlock different focusing options for your Umbral Engrams through a new reward called prismatic lenses. A prismatic lens will unlock a new focusing option so you can target a narrow collection of gear, as well as targeting specific armor stats. Now, you'll be able to earn prismatic lenses by doing various activities in the game, and you can track your progress towards unlocking lenses at the prismatic recaster. We don't want to spoil everything though, so we'll let you discover how to start earning these in Season 13. Okay, I think this is gonna kind of go hand in hand with what we've seen from the lure. Just imagine how your lure works this season being married up to how the previous recaster worked next to Drifter. All in all, this is a big win, and I believe it's the only way you're ever gonna satisfy folks when it comes to sunsetting gear and items. There's gotta be a way to target loot. Considering how much RNG is baked into the game, it hurts to watch some of our favorite weapons and gear go bye-bye on us. Now, moving on. Titles, A Gilded Age. Oh boy, are we finally gonna get updated titles? One of the most satisfying feelings in Destiny is watching your list of completed triumphs fill up to unlock a new seal or title. We have some plans to further improve this feature and give you yet another way to flex on other Guardians in the tower. Here's the Triumphs design team with the details. So from the Triumphs design team, hey everyone, welcome to a new year. We wanted to share a change coming to seals and titles in Season 13. As I'm sure you've noticed, we've been shipping a Flawless and Conquer title each of the last 3 seasons. We like the idea of re-engaging with titles season over season, but we don't like the challenge and the time commitment of doing the entire thing every season. So it's time to make a change. As always, we start with the goals. Allow players to show off their engagement with the core rituals season over season, preserve the value of earning these base titles, decrease the amount of grind required season over season for players that want to earn them all. So starting with Season 13, if a player has completed the seal for one of our core ritual titles, Unbroken, Dredging, Flawless, Conquer, players will have a series of additional seasonal objectives to gild that title. Let's go, baby. It's about damn time. But wait, what does gilded mean? A series of seasonal objectives to gild a core ritual title, a new border around the seal in the Triumph UI, a pip tracking, how many times in your career that you've gilded a given title, a new color and symbol for the title over your head so that you can show off, of course. Now, what do you have to do to gild a title? Once you finish the base seal and claim your hard-earned title, a list of optional seasonal objectives will be revealed. By completing these seasonal objectives, you'll earn your guild for the season. So right here, let's just read this one real quick. First up, this is just the regular title and its requirements. Safe Harbor, This Is the Way, Guardians of the Lighthouse, yada yada. But to gild it, look at this right here. Win matches while the Flawless Empyrean emblem is equipped and the player is holding a 7-win ticket. Look at the top right. Carry Guardians to their first Flawless. Oh my God. I'm trying to read around some of these. Earn trial rewards from same 14, complete a flawless passage, and then something at the bottom, earn wins in trials with several yada yada. But that's the gilded title. Notice it's got a little mark there next to it, as well as a color difference. Now, what happens when the season is over? Each season, the optional gilding objectives will reset and may even change to fit the unique experiences of any given season. All of these base objectives of the title will be preserved, and your title will revert to its typical purple coloring. Which titles will be affected? The 4 core rituals of Trials, the Ordeal, Crucible, and Gambit, which includes Flawless, Conquer, Unbroken, and Dredging. Down at the bottom it says feedback, please, exclamation point. These changes are a result of the constructive feedback we get from all flavors of players in Destiny's community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep that feedback coming and happy Triumph hunting. Yeah, I know this is gauged more at the hardcore player, the more completionist player. I'm not really a completionist, but a part of that was due to the fact that earning the same title over and over again season over season didn't really get me off. We mentioned it yesterday in our Nightfall guide that there needed to be something there to showcase something outside of just earning the title, and this is the way to do it. Again, more gauged at hardcore, but still a nice change. Now, we also have a number of known issues. Feel free to read through each one of these if you like. Again, with most known issues, they're actively getting investigated, but no clear fix in sight. However, they're being looked at. But as a final note here from Cosmo, we know there are a lot of community conversations happening around the current state of the game. I don't want to lean too far into we're listening meme, but it's 100% true that we take community feedback to heart and are absolutely considering community concerns and suggestions as we continue to evolve our plans for 2021 and beyond. Earlier this week, Assistant Game Director Joe Blackburn put out a tweet mentioning this, and that we'll give an update to the community with a deeper dive into the state of Destiny. And this was actually the tweet that Joe Blackburn did, and this is actually unusual. State of the game here being put out by Joe. And you know, Joe has got a lot of history with Bungie. He's got a lot of history with Destiny 2, but other games as well, right? He just came from Riot and other places. Dude's got experience in the field, and like I said last week when we talked about the lawsuit that's going on right now that Riot and Bungie teamed up with, I have a feeling some of that is due to the connections that Joe himself has during his time with Riot. Either way it goes, I'm excited to see what Joe has to say about the state of the game, what his perspective is. Again, this could be the guy that's pretty much going to be at the helm of Destiny 2 for the next 4 or 5 years. Now, as a final note here from Cosmo, we love Destiny 2 and love having the privilege to work on it. We're excited about some of the changes we have next season, and we'll have some more to lay out over the next few weeks as well. Thank you for playing, Cosmo. Well, guys, that's your TWAB. Really, everything that was said today was good, and you're probably going to hear a lot of people be somewhat quiet about it, but you know, Gilded Titles, dope. Prismatic Recaster making a turn, hell yes. Prismatic Lens, a way to target loot even more specifically, absolutely. Umbral Engrams, seasonal content sticking around past a season, I like it. I'm really interested to see the state of the game, and more than anything, the state of a director, the vision that Joe has, what he sees in Destiny 2, and where he would actually like it to go. So Joe, man, be real, be raw, and be bold. If you want to make Destiny 2 Battle Royale, Destiny 2 Warzone, by all means, Joe, do it, man. Do it. Nah, I'm joking, but not really. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.